everybody, and welcome back to part 2 of this Rimmel series. Yes, hello. I'm obsessed with this mic. Yes, thank you very much. Okay guys, welcome back to the channel, and of course, again, part 2 of this Rimmel series. Today we're going to be reviewing and doing a lip swatch on the Stay Matte Lip... The Stay Matte Liquid Lip Colors. I keep wanting to say liquid lipsticks, but it's the lip colors, that's part of the name. Let me just give you kind of like a brief of what I feel, because this is not new to the Malaysian market. It's actually a continuous series. So this Stay Matte collection that I'm about to swatch for you guys right now is actually the nude collection. So we actually have a separate few that's already been in the Malaysian market, the reds, the pinks, the really weird colors that I think is awesome. They have like blue and grays and all these kind of wild shades, which I think is great that it's so affordable in drugstore makeup so that you guys can actually experiment. But today I'm solely going to be swatching and reviewing the nude shades that I've been given, so let's go. that you guys have seen all of the swatches, let's get into the review part of this. So what I have here is the new 10 nude shades that is kind of added to the current collection that we have. So I've not ever tested the other colors, like all the pinks and the reds, the deeps, the weird colors, but I'm gonna be basing my review off of today's 10 nude shades. So please bear that in mind, okay? Maybe the formula is a little different, I don't know, but don't quote me on that. These are the Stay Matte liquid lipsticks from Rimmel, and these are the nude shades. I have 5 here in my hands right now, which are kind of like my favorites, which I'll get into. So they retail for about 25 ringgit a piece. On sale, 20 bucks, just like the satin. It's the exact same. The only difference is the formula, because the packaging, the price, the smell. Honestly, the smell is the same. It's the very try-hard chemically butter frosting smell that I have no words for lah, okay? I feel like some people will like it lah. It's just me, okay? Let's not waste any time, let's just get in straight into the formula. First of all, the difference is the previous one was satin, today's one is all matte, so it does dry down. It doesn't really transfer, as you can tell. Once it's dried down, it does not transfer. And I'm wearing my favorite shade from the line. It's called Love Bite, and it's a really nice warm brown. Honestly, it's a nice warm brown in the tube, but when it goes on my lips, because my lips are a little bit more pigmented, it kind of gets a little bit darker, so you don't really see the warmth as much as I would like to. But this is a gorgeous, gorgeous color, which I have to just say something about this formula. I don't like the light shades. I just find the light shades to be too patchy for me, and it just does not suit my skin tone. For some reason, when I put it on, I feel like it's concealer. It looks really thick. It is patchy for me, and I have to do a lot of layers. Oh, speaking of layers, one thing I love about the wear of this is that once it dries down and you feel like it's not intense enough or you want more, you can actually add another layer and it doesn't peel off. You know how some matte liquid lipsticks, once it's dry and you just want to put another layer, it just gets patchier and patchier? This does not do it, which is wonderful. Another thing about it is that it is so light that I don't really feel like I'm wearing lipstick, which I love. I love the feeling of wearing a lipstick that isn't really there. I don't like feeling the lipstick too much. So I love this about it. In that sense, I really do like it. But yeah, the light shades just don't work for me. I really like all of the darker shades in this range. Straight up though, these are not long lasting. I think because the formula is very moussey, it doesn't stay, like it dries down, it doesn't transfer, but the moment food gets into your mouth, it's game over, guys. Game over. I went out for dinner with my friend to IKEA. We had like chicken wings and like the meatballs. We had it going on, and she laughed at me. She knew that I was testing out the lipstick, and she laughed at me and she was like, your lipstick is nowhere to be seen. Like, I looked like it was like a butthole. You look like a butthole, because I was wearing a lighter shade, and it was just a ring around the lips, and everything was gone. And then you see like this small little specks of lipstick in between, so it looked like I had spotted lips as well. And she was just laughing at me in IKEA, and oh, it was so bad. But it just proves that this is seriously not long lasting. You definitely need to touch up after you eat. However, I feel like if you're going out shopping with your friends and you're not really putting anything in your mouth to eat, especially anything oily, I think this is really, really good. Another thing is that I love the application of this. It is the usual doe foot applicator as well. But one thing about this is that it doesn't take too long to dry down, which I really like. So one thing about a lot of liquid lipsticks, or matte liquid lipsticks, is that when they dry down. Sometimes they take a really long time, but this goes relatively fast. But it's not fast enough where you can't correct your mistakes. You know how some just dry so fast that you're like, oh crap, like it's not done properly, and then you just take everything off. And some you just wait forever for it to dry. This is not like that. It's kind of like it just takes a minute to dry, and I feel like that's the perfect timing because you have just enough time to correct your mistakes, and at the same time it dries fast enough where you don't feel like it's taking forever. I'm gonna say these are my favorite shades because these are the 4 darker colors, and my favorite of all is definitely Love Bite, the one that I'm wearing right now. For some reason, I feel like the darker colors, I'm not really a big fan of super dark nudes, but these really pull at my heartstrings because the darker colors for some reason just, I feel like they wear a lot better than the other nudes. And one of them, I can't remember which, I wish I wrote it down, but one of them is a little patchy. But again, what I like is that even though it goes on a little patchy the first layer and you feel like it's not enough, you can go in with a second layer and it'll turn out fine. But I can't say the same for the lighter shades because the more you pile them on, the patchier it looks, and it just looks like your lips are really, really cakey, and I don't like that. I don't know, it's just something about the lighter shades that I don't like. But I would say if you're looking into buying these, get the darker shades from the nude collection. Again, solely based on the nudes, okay? So yeah, I think if you guys are interested in getting the satin matte liquid lip colors, I think they're super good for a drugstore liquid lipstick. However, I feel like I can't say that the range is very consistent. Personally, I kind of prefer the satins a bit more. However, I wish that there were a few more shades in the satin range. Like I wish they'd bring in more shades. And in terms of the nudes, again, I prefer the darker shades because they just wear a lot better. But I feel like if you guys would want to get Love Bite. Love Bite is like the nicest color. At least in my opinion, I think it's the nicest color. I mean, okay, one other matte liquid lipstick that I would compare this to from the drugstore would be the Maybelline Stay Matte Inks, like the ink ones. I wish I brought it, but it's the ink ones that are kind of new as well. If I were to be comparing these two, it's kind of like very pros and cons. That one doesn't really smell as much. I don't know if something's wrong with my nose, but I feel like that one smells a little better than this. And then the packaging, that one's really heavy and sturdy. And the wear time of the Maybelline ones are a lot better because you could probably drink oil and it will not come off. Like I have to scrub my lips to get that one off. But what I like about this is that because it's so light, it's so easy to remove. It just comes right off, even with my Bioderma micellar water. It just comes right off. But the difference is I love how this feels on my lips. Like the Maybelline one, I just feel like it's so cakey that I feel it on my lips. And when I try to move my lips like this, I just feel it all like crumbling, or I can really feel like that thick layer constricting my lips. But these are really, really comfortable. So I feel like these are worth a try. I would suggest, So I would suggest if you want to try those two particular ones because I feel like they're sort of similar, yet not really, but the formulas are pretty much alike. And see which one you prefer. Personally, I feel like it depends on my mood. If I'm going out with friends, I prefer wearing this. If I'm going for like those dinners where I have to eat a lot of food and stuff like that, and I'm gonna go for the Maybelline. So, and in comparison between this and the satins, I definitely prefer the satins. Just in terms of the shade range, I kind of prefer their pinks. But even the wear time, I kind of prefer the satins because they're a lot more comfortable, but I love these as a matte. So yeah guys, that's my lip swatch and also the review of the Stay Matte liquid lip colors from Rimmel. If you guys are interested in getting, make sure you stop by Watsons, Guardian, or even Sasa, or wherever you can get Rimmel. and of course, if you've tried it out, let me know your opinions in the comments down below because I want to know. maybe it's just me, like especially this color. If you've tried Love Bite, please let me know. I want to know if you love it or hate it as well, and why. And until then, I will see you in my next video about the blushes. Bye!